Missing the tax filing deadline can be stressful, but understanding what comes next is key to minimize the impact. So, first off, let's talk about the basics. In Canada, the personal income tax filing deadline is usually April 30th. If that falls on a weekend or a holiday, it gets pushed to the next business day. But what happens if you miss that deadline? Well, there are two main things to watch out for: penalties and interest. First, let's talk about the penalties for filing late. If you owe taxes and don't file on time, the Canada Revenue Agency, or CRA, charges you a late filing penalty. Here's how it works. They'll hit you with a 5% penalty on the balance you owe right off the bat. And on top of that, they'll add 1% for each month you're late, up to 12 months. For example, if you owe $1,000 and you're 3 months late, you're looking at a penalty of about $80 to $50 for the base penalty, plus $30 for the 3% monthly charge. And that's not all. If you've been late filing before in the last 3 years, the CRA might double the penalties. Yep, it jumps to 10% of your balance plus 2% for each month. So try not to make the late filing a habit. Next up is interest. The CRA doesn't just charge you penalties, they also charge daily interest on the amount you owe. The current interest rate is usually a few points higher than the Bank of Canada's rate, and it compounds daily. So the longer you wait, the more it will cost you. Now, here is some good news. If you're owed a refund, there's no penalties for filing late. But, big but here, you won't get that money back until you actually file your return. So don't leave your cash sitting on the table. So what should you do if you missed the deadline? Here are some tips. File as soon as possible. Even if you're late, filing now will stop penalties from growing. Pay what you can. If you owe money but you can't pay it all at once, pay as much as you can to minimize the interest charges. Reach out to the CRA. If you're facing financial hardship, you can apply for relief from penalties or interest. They have programs to help, and it's worth asking. So there you have it. Missing a tax deadline isn't the end of the world, but it can get expensive if you don't act quickly. The key is to file as soon as possible, even if you can't pay right away. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to ASMO Tax Pro for more tips to keep your finances on track. Got questions? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.